All right, and we're back. Yeah, we can, if you want to continue this video, we can. I just wanted to end like the YouTube portion.
Yeah, I
because we went a little over time.
Is there anything else interesting in this video, or?
I think so. There's like there's more interesting. But now that I have the chance, I do want to figure out how to get
fix the audio.
Yeah. So I think if I do this, what is happening? Okay, you're just gonna have to deal with hearing yourself.
What?
Sorry. I don't know how to disconnect it now. I don't know what I did, but I messed something up royally.
Completely screwed it up.
Yeah.
Going what the prompt had said, and it was that reel. And someone said, some women aren't mothers by choice, and my heart aches for them. Some have made that choice, and I applaud them and respect them too. It's always the women who have no issues finding a partner or falling pregnant that post things like this and make comments like, wake up, being a mother is the greatest gift. Just stand back and think how your comment acts like a dagger to an infertile woman's heart, or the woman at 45 who finds herself single after putting all of her time and effort into a relationship or someone else's kids only to be let down. As a mother, my empathy is so strong. I never judge anyone because I have no idea what their personal circumstances. Good for you that you can pop out 3-4 kids, no questions asked, but it doesn't make you any better or worthy. Which, while a lot of that is true, that's not what this message is saying, and that's not what I'm saying here. The video that was she was.
Okay, so how does it feel to have your views misinterpreted by someone else?
Yeah.
Because that's literally what you've been doing this entire video.
Yes, it is.
Responding to was one talking about motherhood as a gift. So we should sit back and not say that. So we should sit back and allow society to still teach women the exact opposite. Both things can be true. And someone kind of pointed that out. She said, the intention is to show how things have been twisted to not value motherhood and staying home to take motherhood and being a wife full time. It is hard that there are people who don't have a spouse or a child, and this is nowhere in this post. Please let the beauty of this post about motherhood stand out as it is. That's the key here too. And I don't want you to hear what I'm not saying. No one is saying that you do not have value if you are not a mother. And it is a good thing for women to encourage each other that motherhood has value and is a gift. Things like infertility or loss of a child are heartbreaking realities that humbly remind us how much of a gift children truly are. I myself do not have kids yet, and I have yet to find out how hard or easy it will be.
But like so what you just said there, that is the message of feminism.
Yeah.
That your value goes beyond reproduction, right? That's the message of feminism. So like
it's a big part of it.
In my definition, she is a feminist. You know, if that's what she's saying, then she's a feminist. So I don't know, I guess she and I completely disagree on what feminism is.
Yeah.
Like we fundamentally disagree.
So she can fight her made up reason or version of feminism.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it is incorrect to me to frame feminism in the way that she has been framing it this entire video. And like what she's saying here, I don't disagree with. I would agree with everything she's said in the last couple paragraphs. It's just, don't you realize that like that is what most people mean when they say feminism?
Yeah.
But I don't think she does.
Right.
Be for me to have one. I am currently a married, childless girl boss of sorts, and I love my husband and I love my career. And yet, I have learned from the women I love most that there is a whole other world that I have not even entered into yet. And I am thrilled for the day, Lord willing, when I will get to meet that version of myself as a mom. As I've watched from other women, nothing I will ever achieve in a career will even remotely compare. From what I'm told, again, from the people I care about, not from strangers, it will be the greatest thing that ever happens to me, both to me and for me as a woman. I will grow and evolve and be refined. Not that I will utterly lose myself and never gain it back, but I will never be the same in a good way. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. That's
doing her entire argument from a space of not really knowing. Like she has no experience. So she just assuming what people tell her about motherhood and arguing from there.
I mean, that's fine. You kind of have to until you're a mother.
Right.
No,
but
I have
shouldn't
thoughts
she-
about motherhood, and I'm not a woman. I'll never be a mother.
Yeah. But I feel like she should probably be talking about stuff that's more related to her. I don't know.
I mean, she's asking ChatGPT things, so like, she's got the wrong premise for other reasons.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. Also, I haven't experienced it, so I can't confirm or deny, but I have been told that you will learn a new kind of love that will be able to sustain you through even the hard.
Oh, through this whole time, we've been talking about like her incorrect preconceived notions of feminism, and we haven't even touched on her incorrect preconceived notions of Satanism.
Well, yeah.
Because Satanists aren't against motherhood.
Right.
Like ChatGPT got that wrong too.
Well, did she said to pretend to be the devil. Did she really talk that much about Satanists?
Fair enough. You're right.
Yeah.
From the perspective of Satan or the devil, it's
Yeah.
yeah. But to the people who do believe in the devil, there are Christians who believe in the devil, which she's a Christian, and they believe the devil is one way, whereas a Satanist who actually worships the devil, or most Satanists don't actually believe in the devil, but the real like actual Satan worshipping Satanists don't believe in the same devil as she does. Like they believe Satan is like has different views than probably the views that she would attribute to Satan. Because it's all fucking made up anyway. Satan's not real. I hate to break it to you, but like Satan can't argue anything because he's not real. And even if he was real, he wouldn't frame arguments in like the terms of feminism. He'd just use magic. He has magic. He's a magic being. He can do magic. He would just use his magic to make people hate motherhood.
Right.
hardest parts of the job. My sister and my mom and my aunts and my friends, like, they're crushing it as moms. I think, too, it's maybe when you start to see women having kids, the fear of it dissipates. Not that I ever didn't want to have kids, but there was sort of oh, what's that going to be like? How's that going to change my life? But then obviously I was not the first of my friend group and my family to have kids. So my sister started having kids. And I was like, oh, wait, that looks really fun and peaceful and so fulfilling. And well, that's interesting. Like, she's having a great time. And then I see my friends start to have kids and their lives are even better. And it's so much fun to be around kids. And it's like, well, that's not what I was told from the media for 20 years. It happened by seeing it. Again, it all comes back to what you experience in your own life.
What does she mean that's not what she's told by the media? Like, what show presents motherhood as, like, shitty? Okay, maybe Arrested Development. But other than Arrested Development, what show presents motherhood as shitty? Like, every show presents motherhood as this, like, great thing that's awesome and lovely and cool.
Yeah, I don't know where she's getting this from this media.
Yeah, what fucking media is she watching? She's just been binge watching Arrested Development over and over and over and over again.
And I'm sure she won't point out a specific show, movie, whatever.
Yeah, and maybe Archer. You know, because Archer's mom is
Isn't that the same
asshole.
mom?
I think so.
Same actress?
Yeah. Yeah, but even then, like, you know, the show portrays like the family dynamic in a bad light, but still, like, it doesn't portray motherhood itself in a bad light.
Right.
You know?
Life. You know, it's weird to be sitting here as someone who's not a mom and who is in her career and has worked really hard in this career. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's fun and great. And also, I get to be a mom one day. Like, that's going to be so sick. Even stupid Katy Perry, and I hate because she also is super pro-abortion and just
Pro-abortion or pro-abortion rights? There's a big difference.
Pro-choice. Yeah.
Yeah, pro-choice equals pro-abortion rights.
Yep.
Just like pro-life equals anti-abortion rights. Like, those are what those words actually mean.
It's not anti-abortion rights. It's
anti-abortion rights. They do not
anti-abortion.
want you to have the right to have an abortion.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, that's what those words actually mean. You No, everyone is pro-life and everyone is pro-choice. No one wants people to not have any choices, and no one wants everyone dead. I say no one. Obviously, there's some people that want that, but
Yeah.
we're ignoring them for the purpose of this argument. But like, what those words actually mean are pro-abortion rights. You want people to have the right to have an abortion. I want people to have the right to have an abortion. That doesn't mean I'm pro-abortion. I don't want everyone to have an abortion. I'm not like absolutely fucking gung-ho, like, let's all go get abortions right now.
Yeah.
I want people to have that as an option. If they need that, if they need to have an abortion, I want it to be available to them. I don't want just everyone to be aborting all their babies.
Yeah.
So like this
Available
framing,
and safe.
yeah, this framing on the right of like pro-abortion is just wrong. You know, it's kind of like, I'm also like pro-haircut rights. I want people to have the right to get their hair cut, right?
Right.
That doesn't mean I'm pro-haircut. I don't want everyone to have to get their hair cut.
Yeah.
You know, I don't cut my hair. She doesn't cut her hair. I don't want someone to come in and forcibly cut her hair. I don't want her to have no other choice than to cut her hair. So would I be pro-haircut or would I be pro-haircut rights?
Yeah. Pro haircut rights.
Yes. So like that's the thing is like Katy Perry is not pro-abortion. She doesn't want everyone to go and get an abortion. She's pro-abortion rights.
Right.
Literally disagree with her on everything. But she said about how she went to space and she sold those records and they asked her, you know, what's the greatest thing you ever done? And she said, being a mom.
You have done so many incredible things in your life, selling millions of records, selling out stadiums. Where does this experience rate for you?
This experience is right. It's second to being a mom.
And I think that's freeing for women too, because you don't have to go chase the crazy career and achieve all these wild things. Because even those people who've done that, the best thing they ever did is still be the mom. And it's like this great equalizer because the majority of women can be a mom. And even if they're unable biologically.
So she said that as if everyone would say that being a mom is the best thing that they've ever done. And probably a lot of people would. And that's great. I love that for them. But like some people don't.
Yeah.
And like earlier in the video, she said she doesn't know anyone who has said that. But I have known people who have said that they didn't like being a mom. They would have rather not have been a mom.
Right.
And that's valid, you know?
Yeah.
So like of the people who do choose to be a mom, first of all, I hope that's your choice. And second, I hope that choice works out for you because it really does suck when it doesn't. But if it doesn't work out for you and you don't like being a mom, that's valid. You shouldn't feel lesser of a person for not liking being a mom.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't feel lesser of a person for thinking like your achievements other than motherhood outweigh your achievement of having a baby.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I would feel a little weird saying that about my kids if I had kids yet. But, you know, if someone does want to say that about their kids, that's fine.
Right.
To have children, they can become adoptive mothers and foster mothers. And so that possibility is still out there for women. That's the ideal that should be taught and encouraged, not torn down by feminists of yesteryear. By setting these ideals and these standards that, again, motherhood has value and is a good thing, it does not mean that you are...
But that is, like, no one is saying that motherhood is a bad thing. I guess some people are. Again, like, sure, there's
always somebody.
Yeah, there's always somebody that says everything. But, like, feminists aren't saying that motherhood is a bad thing. They're saying exactly what she's saying. What she's saying is feminism, that motherhood should be a choice. If you choose to become a mother, great, lovely, awesome. I really hope that works out for you. If you choose to not be a mother, great, awesome, lovely. I really hope that works out for you. That is the core of feminism. It's about women should have the choice of how to shape their own lives.
Yep.
are bad or behind if you don't have kids. And if you don't want kids, that's your prerogative. That's okay. But what I fear is happening to many young women is that they don't want kids for the reasons that have been force-fed to us since we were young. And they're lies. And I think...
No, again, like the biggest problem here is capitalism.
Yeah.
The biggest problem, the biggest hurdle to anyone who wants to have kids, not anyone, but like the biggest hurdle to the majority of people who want to have kids is how to fucking pay for it. It's so expensive.
Yep.
So if you want people to be able to have a fulfilling life and have kids, fix the problem of capitalism.
Yeah.
It is a great thing to continue making the value of motherhood known to the next generations of women.
Yep. So
Okay, that was it.
yeah. So I feel like I agree with a lot of her views. You know, like at the end there, what she was talking about, I completely agree with. But I also think that is feminism. I should say I know that is feminism. What she was saying at the end there are the views of feminism. So what she said earlier in the video when she was talking about like how feminism is is like teaching women to hate motherhood, that's just untrue. That's not the feminism that I know.
Yeah.
So yeah. All in all, don't ask ChatGPT things because it doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It doesn't know anything, but also just regurgitates what it reads on the internet, and that's not good either.
Yeah, if you are going to ask it something that's stupid, you know, like if you're the devil, how would you make women hate motherhood? Like if you're going to ask it something that's stupid, you should understand that the response it gives you is going to be something stupid.
Yeah. Have you tried searching that term to see if there's like a website that just comes up with that name or something?
No, I haven't. Let me go back in the video and look at what the exact prompt was. Am I on the right video here?
Bosses or the friends I grew up with, the theme of their messages were all the same. There is value in motherhood. In the best and admire, simply they will know that things are just like
okay, here we
devil
go.
and
If I were the devil, how would I make women despise motherhood? Okay, let's search exactly that term. If I were the devil, how would I make women despise motherhood? Doesn't look like that's
Okay.
been around. You know, the only thing I can see is like stuff from very recently. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't think that's probably something with those exact words were in ChatGPT's training data. But there's stuff that's probably similar enough in ChatGPT's training data that it's gonna come up with something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it would have been funny if like we found the exact question like on Reddit or something, you know, from years ago.
Yep.
It's like, oh, this is just exactly the same article.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to Sylph Uncensored. If you are listening live, stick around for Sylph Redacted right after this. If you're listening on YouTube, like the channel and follow the video, and we'll see you next time.